So for the guys that are listening, they're friends of mine that I grew up with, Tyson's one of them. Daniel is out there. They're going to remember a time when there was a family at our church who was killed in a car wreck. Right, one morning, this family's crossing the road, the little highway there. Very sad situation. Semi truck hits them. Right, in that one day, in that one moment, it wiped out a man's daughter and his grandchildren. And come that next Sunday, when the funeral was over, he stood there, and I can see it as plain as day. He puts his hand on the armchair of the piano, and he says, "You know what? My God, still worthy to be praised." And he sang Beulah Land, with tears in his eyes, and it was a tough moment. But when the rubber hit the road, that's where his faith was. And today, that still remains one of the greatest examples of courage that I've ever seen in my life. And I think about that quite a bit. Like when the hard times hit, he was there. Faith is clearly defined as the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. In other words, I don't see a way out. There is no other rescue. But I am going to plant my flag right here on this hill, and this is as far as it goes.
Yeah.
Right?
No, yeah. I love that. And it's a powerful example, and it leads me to the thought that, fake faith falls real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Real
Yeah.
faith, stands and it weathers storms, right? When life gets real, like we gave many examples, betrayals, those kind of things, something that cuts deep, that fake faith, if you haven't built it up, it's going to fold on you. And Jesus Christ gives you a promise to stand on in Hebrews 13:8, and he reminds us that he's the same yesterday, today, and forever. There's no variability in him. And in our lives, when we live, as we've gone through however long you've been on this planet, you know that there's so many variables that can change and alter your life that you just can't predict or see. But Jesus is a constant, and having that someone that you can turn to and put your hope in and to walk beside you is a very powerful thing. He doesn't necessarily change based on our circumstances, but have you built the trust in him that when the circumstances change, you have something to hold on to. In that storm, you have that lighthouse that you can guide to. You have that rudder through the storm that's guiding you to that safe harbor.